The pilot placed the football on the takeoff catapult of the fighter jet. The pilot signaled the operator to reset the catapult. The operator pressed the switch. The catapult accelerated to 340 kilometers per hour. The football was sent crashing into the sky. A fighter jet drove onto the runway. The Hornet fighter jet was catapulted off the runway. The fighter jet flew towards the ceasefire zone. The Bosnian War had reached a ceasefire agreement. The fighter jet needed to conduct aerial photography along a predetermined flight route. The radar showed abnormal situations in the ceasefire zone. NATO fighter jets were prohibited from flying into the ceasefire zone. The pilot ignored the navigator's warning. The pilot turned on the digital camera. The pilot activated the afterburner to accelerate. They found armed personnel with heavy weapons in the forest. The armed personnel reported the situation to their leader. The leader ordered to launch SAM missiles. The fighter jet detected an approaching missile. The pilot pulled up vertically and flew to the right. The Hornet fighter jet released flare decoys. The U.S. fighter jet changed its flight direction. The pilot jettisoned the auxiliary fuel tank. The shockwave from the explosion detonated one SAM missile. Another missile grazed the tail of the plane. The fly-by-wire control system short-circuited. The pilot activated the ejection seat. The pilot ejected from the fighter jet. The parachute opened in the air. The navigator found the injured pilot. The navigator had to go to a high place to send a distress signal. The armed personnel found the wreckage, but not the pilots' bodies. The armed leader ordered to bring back the pilots' bodies. The armed personnel caught the injured pilot. The injured pilot was shot by the armed personnel. The navigator let out a scream, exposing his position. The navigator ran out of the enemy's firing range. The navigator sent a distress signal to the USS Nimitz. The captain ordered the Navy SEALs for a search and rescue mission. The NATO allied forces ordered the cancellation of the operation. The captain informed the navigator to escape on foot. The armed personnel launched a carpet-style search.